here we are looking at the Gentemstick Zephyr, which is a board I tried last year, but it didn't seem to have, the one that I had last year had, like, I thought it was flat camber because it was just so flat on my table, looking at it from any angle. But now, if you look at it, pardon me, Zobel, you can see that this model that I'm trying now has a little camber on off the back foot and then rocker up. So it was a completely different experience from my last time with the Zephyr. There were still some qualities that were similar, like it has a long, shallow side cut, so but it's quick edge to edge on, like short, quick turns. It does this really well, and it's all about this long, like really narrow S-turns down a long, steep chute. That's its personality. But with this camber now, I felt way more spring out of those S's. And I love that this has a wider stance width. I can get to 23 with this, where a lot of Gentemsticks, free ride boards, and power boards, I'm like stuck at 22 max. So I really like that. Matt and I just kind of took turns riding this all morning. Making big carves, big, long, drawn-out carves, and just surfing the mountain. What'd you think, Matt?
Definitely very surfy feeling. The turning radius for sure is very noticeable. Like you can't do a lot of sharp carves. You can, but you're gonna watch out your turns. But if you commit to those shallow S's or really long turns, you're gonna love this board, especially on steeper terrain, because it's just gonna hug that, catch the edge, be fantastic. The edge-to-edge stuff is really nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. The camber has some really good pop. I did a couple little jumps over some berms and stuff. It's kind of weird landing without a tail, but did fine. Yeah, it's fun. Did nice cars. Like we did 2 cars on this and another Gentemstick, and this one has a much longer circle turn.
Yes,
so it's very noticeable.
I think I even have a picture of me carving on this one,
right,
and you carving on the small with a deep side cut,
right,
Gentemstick. And I was like so surprised at how different the radius on our cars was. It was like this. Yeah. But yeah, you know what I love about this board is it's got that old school, like traditional powder needle. It's like a it's a needle. There's so many boards these days that are super wide and super short. Yeah. And this is like that old school traditional, like it's not too wide. It's only like, I think it's like high 25s, low 26s for the waist. But then, it's the tip and tail doesn't get super wide or anything like that. So it's got that old kind of, bomber like fast, long carves, straight lines. And it's got lots of rockers, so it's going to float amazing powder. It's going to
be a really good powder board.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fun board. But again, like, what I love about so many Gentemstick boards is they're not just powder boards.
No, not at all.
This is when you're done with powder, when you're done bombing steep chutes, you can go out on groomers and have a good time. And you know what? I wouldn't mind this in tree runs, as long as I have my line set, because it can go quick like this, but I would hate to make slow skidded turns in like really steep terrain with trees. And
if you're in thick trees, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
But if you have some sparse trees, like here at Mammoth down by chair 9 and stuff, above chair 25, it'd be perfect for it.
Yeah, and as long as you can keep pointing it, because you could go like this through the trees. Yeah. But if you have to go like this, or like this,
one turn, and you better not be heading into another tree.
Yeah, or if you have to stop and do a skidded turn, this board doesn't like that. This board likes to keep its flow and drive and go down the hill. But personally, I'm more of a manta ray, stingray kind of guy. But I had a lot of fun with this, and if you're like Zobel and I have different riding you like more speed and straight and bigger turns, so this is kind of more of a board that would appeal to you.
Right.
Where like for me, I'm more into the rays with the deeper side cut and the quicker turning, and so it really is about who it is as a rider.
Exactly.
You know, or who, you know, what kind of
What your
personality.
preference, right.
But it's a great board. It's well made. It's fun. You know, just stoked to get on Gentemstick. I'm glad they're in the United States for a little bit, and hopefully they'll be here again.
Yeah.
Yeah.